In the preceding video, we had narrated how Rama declined to return to Ayodhya and Bharat went back with golden sandals touched by Rama's feet. Ayodhya seemed dead with portals shut and owls holding sway over the once alive city when Bharat returned with Rama's sandals. The city lay helpless with the demise of Dashratha. Ayodhya looked emaciated like the mountain streams whose waters have been sucked by a burning sun, from where the birds unable to bear the heat have flown, and where the fish and the crocodiles have dived deep to avoid the fierce heat. Bharat went in a procession to Nandigram, an ashram situated on the outskirts of Ayodhya. Once there, he consecrated Rama's sandals and asked a canopy to be unfurled over them. He declared that he had established Ramaraj and that he would rule as Rama's representative for and on behalf of his elder brother. He started living in Nandigram as a hermit, dressed in bark and matted his braids. The ministers under his guidance carried on the administration. On the other side, Rama moved on, disturbed by the commotion caused by the visit of Bharat and his forces. Several hermits left Chitrakoot, and under his guidance, Lakshman and Sita too moved after spending some time at Chitrakoot. They moved into a dense forest to continue the exile. Rama's first halt was the famed ashrama of Rishi Atri and his wife Anasuyia, who was reputed to have overcome the effects of a long drought by producing roots and fruit and getting water to flood Mandakini by virtue of a tough penance. The word Anasuyia means one who has shed jealousy. This is a character known in Indian mythology for her uprightness, for her devotion to her husband, and for her views on mankind, particularly the man and woman's relationship. Sita approached Anasuyya and bowed to her. The old hermit was not as active now owing to her old age. Her hair was white and she had tremors in her limbs, like a plantain tree shaking in a strong wind. Anasuyya appreciated the fact that Sita had accompanied Rama to the forest, knowing fully well that a tough life would greet her. Advising the princess further, she said, "I appreciate your devotion to Dharma and that you are keeping company of your husband even in his exile. Women who stay with their husbands in rough times as well attain to higher levels. A husband is like a devata for his noble wife, his greatest well-wisher. He is a source of happiness to her in this world and beyond, like the indestructible fruit of one's own tapasya. Women who order their husbands around, those who are lustful all the time, invariably go astray." These are words which should be listened to very carefully by everyone. They indulge in foul deeds and desert the path of Dharma. Thanking the sage, Sita narrated the story of her birth and marriage to Sati Anasuyya. She said, "I believe that for a woman, her husband is her guru. Even if my husband were not of a noble character, I would have faithfully followed him and served him. However, Sri Raghunath is a man of great character, stature, noble, He is kind to everyone and has conquered his senses. He is a man of deep affection. He is virtuous and more like a parent to me. For me to follow in his footsteps and be at his service is easy. Anasuyia affectionately took Sita in her arms and blessed her. It was evening and the sun was setting in the west. Said the elder woman, "The glorious sun has set and an auspicious night has descended. The birds that had flown off to pick their food throughout the day have returned to their nests, and we hear their chirping. The munis wearing wet bark are coming back with pitchers full of water. Rishi Atri's havan is over and smoke, blue like a pigeon's neck, is rising from the dying air. One cannot fathom the directions because even the faraway trees, although bereft of leaves, are enveloped in darkness. The night animals, like owls, are wandering while the ashram deer are resting near the holy Havana Mandapa." It's a factual description of an ashram. Sita, the night is laden with sparkling stars. Look at the sky. The moon rises swathed in moonlight. It is time for you to go and serve your husband. However, before you leave, do your shringar in my presence. I have a supply of splendid clothes and ornaments, and shall be delighted if you put them on and beautify yourself. Sita put on the finery in order to please the sannyasin. She knew she was in exile, but she wanted to please an elder person, a revered person. She bowed at Anasuya's feet and went over to be with Sri Ram. The latter was delighted to see Sita looking like a bride once again. Next morning, writes Valmiki, Rama, accompanied by Sita and Lakshmana, entered an uncharted forest. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Shri Ram.